friends, it's Kim back from Memories in Time, and today I am here to create a lovely winter birthday card using our beautiful Serenity papers and this gorgeous, and I do mean absolutely gorgeous, Serenity card making stamp and thin cut. These florals, OMG, I absolutely am in love with these florals. I'm sorry for the ring light there. These florals are just gorgeous, and I know I will go to these over and over and over again. There's just so many possibilities with these florals, and I will leave a link to this kit because it is gone on December 31st. I will leave a link to this kit down below. You can only get these stamps if you purchase the card making workshop for $29.95, but trust me, it is worth it. It is worth it. And it comes with the thin cuts. So just to save time, I already have the pieces that I'm going to be using today pre-cut and pre-stamped. I cut these on White Daisy cardstock, and I stamped with intense black ink because I will be using Belle and Toffee Shimmer pens to work on my florals. And then also, just to save time, I have pre-cut my card pieces, and I am ready to start assembly. I do have a few blocks, and I have these are for my sentiments, and I have some ink here, so I'm going to move that out of the way. So this is a typical 5 1/4 by 4 and a, I'm sorry, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 card base, and then the Serenity papers are cut at 1 1/4 by 4, and so I'm just going to go ahead and put some adhesive down on these, and I'm just going to eyeball this just to give myself a little border, just a little around. And I absolutely love that this paper sort of has that, it's got those beautiful blues, and it's got some French vanilla in it, but I decided to use white on my florals and stuff today because my card base is white. I have some French vanilla cardstock on the way, but with the holidays, it just hasn't arrived yet. So what I did here is I put down my both side pieces first, since I'm not actually measuring, but if I wanted to measure, I have this handy dandy Versamat, and I could, but I want to get what appears to be an even spacing in between. And so here we go. And then when I look at that, I feel like that's just way too much spacing, and so I'm going to pull these up. And the thing I love about the Close to My Heart exclusive adhesive is it is repositionable for a minute. So you do have some leeway there before it settles in, that you can move things around just a little. And then I'm just going to rub my finger to make sure there's no adhesive. Grab my rubbing remove eraser just to make sure I do not have any adhesive anywhere. And there we go. And then I have this gorgeous zip strip that has been cut to 4 inches. It's a 1/2 inch by 4. But before I put this zip strip down, I need to do some stamping. And I'm going to pull this little, it looks like little dots, basically. It just looks like little dots. And I am going to grab, I really should have got a smaller block, but this will work. And I'm seasoning the stamp. And so what I'm going to do now is, I do think I'm going to put that down. Because it will help me know where I need to stamp. Well, if I can grab the puppy dog hair out of there. Miss Marley Grace, my little Yorkie, she loves to get up on Mama's table sometimes. And there we go. I just love how this has that winter look about it. Love it. Love, love, love it. And it just so happened, I cut this paper straight down, 1 1/4 by 4, and it just so happened that when I put this paper together, the florals all lined up. So you could definitely stagger that if you wanted. I'm going to put my foam inside my card. And now I am going to use sapphire ink. And my sapphire ink is still in the old style pad, but it still works. It's very juicy, and there is not a need to update it yet. And so I'm just going to stamp, and I hope my head doesn't get in the picture. I'm just going to create a pattern across here. And notice I'm getting quiet while I'm doing this. I'm sorry for that. I don't think that you're going to see these. These are going to be covered by flowers. But just in case there's a little bit that pokes through, we're going to go ahead and cover that. And that just adds a little something something down at the bottom. And I'll tell you something I'm going to come back in and do. I'm not real happy with how I spaced that. So I'm just going to stamp in between. And by stamping in between, you're just getting a crisscross, and that's okay. I just don't like that I left space in between. And because I'm sitting and can't like get completely over this, it was a little difficult for me to line it up, but that's okay. And now I'm going to put that back on my carrier sheet. And I'm finished with that part. So next up, I am going to attach this flower here, and this flower is going to attach sort of like this. So there's only that much of that you can see anyway. But before I attach these flowers, I am going to pull in my Toffee and my Belle shimmer pins. All I'm doing is just giving a good shake, and I'm sorry for the shake on the camera. And I'm not squeezing any out. I'm going to go right in the center. And I'm just going to add a little. Now this sort of looks a little dark when it goes on, but trust me, it dries beautifully. It dries absolutely beautifully. And all I'm doing is right in the very center of these beautiful florals, I am applying this shimmer brush. And hello, these shimmer brushes are to die for gorgeous. This Belle, so pretty. Now I'm not putting any Belle on the flowers. Instead, I am putting Belle in the leaves. And I'm telling you, like this camera nor any photo will ever do this blue Belle justice. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty. And this is somewhat, and what all I'm doing is just going right over where those stamped veins are in the leaf. And it just adds a little something to that beautiful floral. Just a little something. And I did pull out some 3D foam tape just because I want these to have a little lift. I'm going to pull my card back down here. And I think I'm going to put that right about there because I do want some of those little dots coming through on that side. And then I think I want him kind of like right there, or her, he or she. He or she. Beautiful little lovely. These are like some kind of little, I don't even know, like just beautiful little snow flowers. Is that not just gorgeous? And I think I'm going to go ahead and do this part before I do my, I'm using some gold embellishing thread and just using my bone folder to get those kinks out of it. I want not a large, but just a little thread. And all I'm doing here is just using a glue dot. And I don't want this to be a super big little thread cluster, but I'm going to do 3 because odd numbers are just pleasing to the eye. And then I'm going to clip that off and use my scissors. Well, maybe I'm going to use my scissors. I'll use my piercing tool. Sometimes these glue dots are very, very sticky, and sometimes they're not. Now we're just going to push that right in there. I'm just going to make sure that all the glue stick is tucked in. Just for a little, just something extra and a little texture to the card. Do we not love it? I love it. And then we're going to put this little box here. And I am not going to put any dimension on this one, so I'll just use my regular tape runner adhesive. And we're going to basically just eyeball and center this up. And remember, this is a birthday card. And I'm just going to make sure those edges are a little smooth. And I'm going to use a 0.1 journaling pen. And I'm just going to do a little doodle edge. And it is perfectly fine if it is not 100% straight, because that's what makes it a doodle. Used to, I would worry and I would want to use a straight edge and I would want it to be perfectly straight. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. It does not. This has the word happy, but it does not have birthday. It has happy anniversary, wedding day, congratulations. So I pulled an old stamp of the month that has a happy birthday on there. And this birthday, I have several birthday stamps, but this one actually looks like it's going to fit. So I'm going to cut my stamp. And don't worry, you can put it right back together and it will fit. Even though it's in two pieces, it will fit on your block just perfectly. Stamp the exact way you need it to stamp. Doesn't hurt anything to cut your stamps. Trust me. Trust me, trust me. And so I am going to be stamping on this little teeny tiny tag. Little bitty teeny tiny. And I don't know that barely fits. And I'm seasoning that stamp up. I know my sister won't be watching this. My sister's birthday is New Year's Eve, and so this card is for my sister. And so I want it to be really pretty. So I'm going to stamp that up and make sure it's good and juicy. And I am going to try my best to center that up. And I'm just going to go straight down. I'm not rocking back and forth. I'm not pressing really hard. I'm just holding it there for a second for those cotton fibers to soak it in. That's what's so wonderful about our White Daisy cardstock, is it's made with cotton fibers, and it really will soak up ink and be beautiful. And this intense black is wonderful, especially if you are going to be coloring with alcohol markers, with watercolor pencils, watercolor crayons, watercolor markers. I mean, it's wonderful. Okay, now we need to stamp the word happy. Happy, happy, happy. And just so I know I get it in the right place. So I want to just put some adhesive on this. I got a big baby crying over here in the background wanting out. Season up this stamp. I realize I'm a little crooked. Okay, and now let's go back into that black ink. And the thing I love about our stamps is you can look right through your block and tell that you are inked up nicely. There we go. Happy birthday! And I am going to put a little lift right back behind that little White Daisy. Let me go into this roll. I want a little lift behind this. Just a little. And then we will finish up with some gold gems. And this card, well, I need to stamp the inside, but I can do that completely off camera, and wouldn't luck have it that that would fall straight down. And then I'm just going to center this up. Now the French vanilla would be really pretty on here too. It would give some contrast against the White Daisy card, but I really wanted, I wanted that, I just wanted to keep it cohesive and White Daisy. And then I'm going to put a little gold glitter gem right there. And a little gold glitter gem right there. And then I think I'm going to make a little triangle right here, just for something visual. And it's a weird little triangle, but there's a little triangle there for that visual effect. And what do you think? I just want to show you real closely how that shimmer brush looks when you color. Isn't that beautiful? That toffee and that bluebell together is gorgeous. So hopefully you enjoyed this fabulous little birthday card put together, and I will leave the link down below to the Serenity collection. I will leave the link down below to the Serenity card making workshop, and that's the only way that you can get this stamp and thin cut is through the card making workshop. It's $29.95, but it gives you everything you need to put together 16 cards. It comes with a silver embellishing twine, and it comes with the paper, the cards, the envelopes, and the stamp and thin cut set. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the little gray notification bell. And if you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. Bye. Happy scrapping.